in every case I made a lecture with Panopto, I have a dual monitor. So I was able to have my PowerPoint going on one side of the screen and just me on the other side of the screen. And they took a long time to make. I did rewatch the lectures and I did remake the lectures fairly frequently if I felt something was wrong. So they were hard to make. I learned how to use thumbnails. So these are examples of lectures where I put a smiling pictures of myself holding some kind of random things I happen to have around a table. They're nothing major, but just whatever I could find that I happened to have that I associated with what I was talking about. This is a book I wrote on poetry. I would also have up there. For the celebrity class, which is again, most of these lectures are on romanticism, I noticed, I've only taught this class once face to face. I noticed that the students hate poetry and they hate all of these things, but there's certain things that they like, words they like. They like the word addiction, they respond to that. So they like the word celebrity. So I repeat that a lot. They like the idea of confession. So I repeat that. They like the word scandal. So I might repeat that. They're just words that make the students happy that they gravitate toward. And those are words that I try to repeat as I gave the lectures that were fairly substantial lectures about whatever it is we were talking about, Frankenstein, for example, in this case. And again, this is just a random piece of paper I happen to have, but Goethe's The Sorrows of Young Werther, this is an epistolary novel, so it's letters, so I put that on an envelope, or cancellation, or apology to music, child stars, which I'd written about. These evaluations are the reflections they do as part of the class. They commented that they really liked the focus questions before my lectures, that really helped them. This is something I didn't think of. It was my IDP, my Jumpstart team told me to do this. So for my fairy tale class, you can see I have focus questions before every lecture. These particular designs were all done by a designer. So it's all copyright free. And so I have focus questions in that fairy tale class, which this is all from the summer class I taught. And you can see them before every lecture. These lectures are Panopto, they're me and they're a PowerPoint, but we just decided to use just the simple titles of the stories for each and focus questions there for everyone. So this is just examples of what those look like. In the class I taught in the fall on children's literature that I didn't have help with, I also went ahead and did focus questions quite similarly. And you can see it in the celebrity class, I always wore a red blazer. At different days I made them, but I always wore the same thing for the thumbnails. For this children's class, I always wore a white blazer, but I made them on different days just so there would be consistency. So everything would look similar to them. I think they like consistency. It makes them feel like they're in a coherent class. It makes it feel more organized. It makes them feel like they know what to expect. And so these are examples of lectures I gave in that particular class.